do like Muse. Didn't mean for that to be so loud. I was trying to even it out there. I apologize. I will get it figured out, I promise. I'll grab that mic from my buddy Joe and we'll get it squared away. Because I do have some good tunes I want to play for you guys. Tell you what, let's go ahead and finish out our Bill of Rights. And then we'll get it to a little discussion. And then we may have our other DJ present. So, alright, we're going over the Bill of Rights here on Diametric Opposition. We've got Amendment number 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Now, this is counterintuitive to the Patriot Act, the NDAA, all these unconstitutional laws. And you heard right there why they're unconstitutional. You know, I'm with Shakespeare. First, let's kill all the lawyers. The brief explanation for this amendment goes like this. You may not be arrested or detained arbitrarily. No agency of government may inspect or seize your property or possessions without first obtaining a warrant. To obtain a warrant, they must show specific cause for the search or seizure and swear under oath that they are telling the truth about these reports. Furthermore, the warrant itself must state specifically and in detail the place, things, or people it covers. Warrants that are too general or vague are not valid. Searches or seizures that exceed the terms of the warrant are not valid. Think about that. The forfeiture laws, this is why you lost your country. Your country's gone. You're not losing it, you lost it. Amendment number 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. That's where you hear double jeopardy. Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. No one outside, and this is the explanation, no one outside the military may be tried for a serious crime without first being indicted by a grand jury of citizens. Once found not guilty, a person may not be tried again for the same deed. You cannot be forced to be a witness to provide evidence against yourself in a criminal case, and you cannot be sent to prison or have your assets seized without due process. They cannot take your property without paying market value for it, which is kind of scary. I don't know why they would have left that. That's crazy. Government just shows up, takes your Xbox, your bicycle, your car, your inflatable mattress, your heating blanket, and then they just hand you a couple $100, you know, like, what? I was using those things. They better give me gas money to go get that other stuff, too, and pay the shipping fees to get it all sent here. All right, Amendment 6. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial, but an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, by an impartial jury of the state, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. Basically, when they talk about NDAA, they don't have to present evidence against you. You don't know what you're being charged with. This is all real. Listen to, I can look her up real quick. I can't remember her name. She's former CIA. That was exposed by one of the administrations, and she was talking about how she was one of the first people. There it is. Suzanne Lindauer. Yep, that's her. And she talks about how, she was one of the first people to be charged in accordance to the Patriot Act, and they told her they wouldn't tell her what crimes she was being charged with, and it was in a secret court. Well, the very first part of the explanation of Amendment Number 6 is trials cannot be unreasonably postponed or held in secret. That's why you have a right to a public trial. They've completely violated everything. You're not losing your country, you lost your country. Amendment Number 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy check this out, shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved. And basically all this is telling you, and I'll read the rest of it, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Which we definitely, we all got rid of common law. And it's not recognized hardly anywhere anymore. I think Kentucky ceased to be a common law state as well. So, but basically what they're telling you is that you could have a jury trial whether it's a criminal or a civil case. You didn't lose your country, you lost your country. It's gone. Somebody else's now, you're just living in it and you're their property. You don't like that? Do something about it. Amendment Number 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. This was because they were, in British rule, they were just flogging the crap out of the poor while they were in jail that they couldn't afford to be in, because it was like how they're getting ready to change ours and how Mexico's are. You had to pay to be in jail. So, this one, here we go. This is why I wanted to talk about this. You can tell in the tone of the writing that the Founding Fathers, they go through all of these really nice ideas, all of these really great protections of freedom, but then they had a thought. And this is where number 9 comes in. They said, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be constructed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. What it's telling you is you have more rights than are specifically listed in the Bill of Rights. I think that's very interesting because they talk about, in the Declaration of Independence, in the beginning of this, they talk about natural law. And by the nature of God. And that's what they're talking about. That's why they say life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. It's kind of a strange couple of documents, aren't they? They're very weird when you consider who and what we are today and what we're not. So here's Amendment Number 10. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, and are you ready for this, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. Holy crap. I'll read it again. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. The U.S. federal government, this is the explanation, the U.S. federal government has only those specific powers granted to it by the Constitution. All other powers either belong to the states or the individuals. Wrap that around your noodle. Here's a further explanation of the 9th and 10th Amendments. The 9th and 10th Amendments taken together mean that the federal government has only the authority granted to it, while the people are presumed to have any right or power not specifically forbidden to them. The Bill of Rights as a whole is dedicated to describing certain key rights of the people that the government is categorically forbidden to remove, abridge, or infringe. The Bill of Rights clearly places the people in charge of their own lives and the government within strict limits. The very opposite of the situation we have allowed to develop today. So what do you guys think about this, huh? You got this highly uneducated guy reading a bunch of stuff to you that he can barely pronounce. What do you think? With my non-impressive approach. Does it break your heart a little bit? Does it piss you off a little bit? Does it make you mad? Here's something else I want you guys to look up. I don't want you to take my word for it. There's no sense in listening to me. I want you to listen to yourselves. It's your responsibility. I want you guys to decide whether I'm a lunatic or not, but I want you to do it of your own discernment, not because, somebody else came along and said, oh, no, what did he say? That's nuts. Okay, fine, that guy thinks I'm crazy. What do you think? Check out Daphne Koller. Daphne, Daphne, Koller, Koller. I'm going to put a link in the Right Side Media Network chat. And there it is. This was her speaking at TED. Takes place up in Canada. It's the Technology and Education Development Conference. If you're not familiar with TED, man, get on there, check out their videos. Those things will amaze you and creep you out all at the same time. These people are on the cutting edge of technology. The absolute cutting edge. Check this out, guys. Here's a nice surprise. Hello, Mr. Lang with the E at the end. You are on live on Diametric Opposition.
Well, good, and you're on live with Live Truth Radio.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Man, I've been waiting to do this, man. It's good to hear from you.
We're able to do it. I didn't know we were able to do it. I just thought I'd give it a try because I miss you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. I miss being over there with you guys.
Well, plus you gave a call. You wanted me to call you, and I haven't had a chance. You sent me a message last night, so I said, let me get a hold of Jeremy Dieter. Everybody, Jeremy Dieter with Unite Ohio, the spokesperson for Unite Ohio, and also has his own radio gig. What's your radio gig name?
Yeah, Diametric Opposition. We are on the Right Side Media Network.
Diametric Opposition.
Yes, sir.
You thought of an easier one or what?
Yeah, I was trying to keep it simple.
I mean, if I go out there, and I don't drink, but if I was out there getting drunk, I couldn't even say it to anybody. Anyhow, but hey, welcome, man. I'm glad to hear your voice. But what were you calling about last night? Now, what did you want me to call about? What's happening, dude?
Oh, man, we've got a million things going on. Wanted to update you a little bit on the Lyda Stansky situation in Whitehall. He got his lawyer to go to the judge, and instead of showing up to court December 1st, they snuck in there on the Wednesday before and had a private little court hearing all by their lonesome. The families weren't notified, press wasn't notified, nobody was notified. And he snuck in and out, pled not guilty to everything, and waived his right to a jury trial. So now we got the judge helping him, along with the superintendent who lied for him, along with the prosecutor who only gave him misdemeanor charges, and the policeman that never arrested him but only summonsed him to court. Apparently, if you abuse children, you'll get all kinds of help.
This is absolutely freaking crazy. They went behind closed doors in the veil of darkness in order for the public not to know anything, the families not to know anything, to have an arraignment for it. Was just an arraignment, so no big deal, right? No big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to the families that they wanted to have, their presence known. It doesn't matter to a community who is organized so that we could purposefully bring attention to this guy to keep our community safer. But, the judge doesn't care, and I'm sure what they did was perfectly legal. Like Hitler.
Yeah, like Hitler, yes. Back up everybody as long as you're putting the boots in the throats of everybody.
Yep.
So, okay. Now, tell my viewers that haven't been here before what this Lightastansky, this ass, is all about. What this, just be succinct as possible, as short as possible, so they get the gist of what it's all about.
Absolutely. Unite Ohio, which is the organization I'm a spokesperson for, was notified at the beginning of last month that there were a couple of children that were abused on a school bus by the school bus driver in Whitehall, Ohio. So Unite Ohio, my organization, we reached out to the families, said, hey, do you need any help? The families were absolutely distraught. They said nobody was helping them. They couldn't get any assistance anywhere. So we said, okay. We opened a private investigation. We started to contact the school, the superintendent, Department of Transportation, the media, the police, everybody. And we weren't trying to uncover any corruption. We were just trying to get our investigation going so that we knew that we were on the right side of things. And what we found out, we had a sergeant tell us that our groups were being watched. We had a superintendent where we've released the recording where he lied and said that there was nothing on one of the bus tapes that would be incriminating. 45 minutes later, we're watching the news, and they say that Christopher Lightastansky got 3 more charges from that bus tape that the superintendent said there was nothing on. We finally got one of the other bus tapes to the families. They got to watch it. They got their lawyer. We released that tape where it shows him throwing the one girl against the side of the school bus, and she hits her head. And then he goes to his house, and he gets out, leaves the kids in the bus, goes to his garage, gets a belt, comes back. The second child is a nonverbal, severely autistic child, and he tied his legs to the bus chair. Now, according to all the kids on the bus, they all know where he lives because he's been to his house so many times. All the parents that had kids on that bus always wondered why that bus was late. In the tape, you see him harm the 6-year-old little girl like that. He also jabbed her in the face with an umbrella, I think, 8 times. He said he was doing it to try and keep her awake. Then she goes to school, and...
Wait. Even before she goes to school, what next happened? He said, come on up here, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Then, and we had Dr. Rima on your show on Live Truth Radio saying, in her professional opinion, that he didn't just abuse these 2 children, he abused all of the children on the bus because they had to witness this. Then you see him have the little girl sit on his lap. He's running his fingers through his hair. He's holding her hand. He's saying, does that feel good? And Dr. Rima says that's typical of child predators, that they will hurt them or assault them and then try to befriend them and say that they're sorry. And that's why the 6-year-old girl didn't report it for so long, because this is another update for you. I talked to her mom a few days ago, and she said that her daughter, through counseling through the state, has revealed that this started in kindergarten. Now, before she went to bed, after all this came out, she was saying, Mommy, is he going to come after me now that I told? And she couldn't sleep. Then she goes to school. And she was having headaches and everything, and she started puking. So they rush her. They take her over to her doctor, and the doctor said that she had a concussion, possible PTSD. Then they take her to the chiropractor because of the headaches and stuff. Well, a chiropractor won't touch you until they do an X-ray. He came and said, I'm sorry, I can't help your little girl because she has 2 slip discs in her neck. Now, he's only been charged with misdemeanors.
Hey, whoa. That's the first, is that my new update?
Yeah, that's one of them, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the chiropractor said he can't touch her. He can't do anything for her. And then he showed the x-rays and said he showed whatever the names of the discs are and said that they're moved over. So now when you see her slamming her and her head hits the side of the window on the bus, she's rubbing her head afterwards, and she's rubbing it for a while. And then she goes to school and she's puking and she's got headaches and she's living in fear. And again, this guy has never been arrested. He was only summoned to court, and he's not got one felony charge. We read the Ohio Revised Code and sent a letter to the prosecutor on the case, and said, explain to us how this isn't a third-degree felony in accordance to the Ohio Revised Code. We've never gotten a response. Then the superintendent, because he doesn't actually live in Whitehall, he lives in the suburb next to Whitehall in Gahanna, said that he needs extra police protection because Unite Ohio sent him a threatening email. And that was...
and that's an outright lie.
Yeah, and everybody knows it. And he said that this was published in the Rocky Fork Enterprise newspaper they have there in Gahanna. And... we have since...
What was your action on that?
We sent the superintendent who claimed all of this a notarized, certified stop and decease letter. So I believe he received that today while at work. And we will be contacting the Rocky Fork Enterprise to put our rebuttal to that article in there. Unite Ohio does food drives. Unite Ohio ensures the freedoms of its citizens. We do not harass or threaten anybody. And the thing is when he said something like that, when he was as naive as to say something like that, he didn't realize that he was also offending all of the families that we've helped. So now we're also going to their school board meetings. We're also going to the court dates. Right Side Media Network has hooked us up with press passes, and we will be doing a live stream from the courtroom when we finally get in there with him. But the school board meetings, we are asking for the superintendent's resignation. Now, what he was saying, how Unite Ohio supposedly threatened him, and Nathan Baca from our local press, Channel 10, sent Brian Hamler, the superintendent, a reply is stating, how is this Unite Ohio threatening you? First of all, this is a letter that you received from Anonymous, and Anonymous isn't even threatening you. They're asking you to resign. So this guy has just stepped in a pile. And we see where everyone's trying to help out Christopher Lidostansky. We caught the superintendent in his lies. We want him removed. We want him gone. And I suppose those are the updates right there.
Well, yeah, and that one about the slip disc, I got 5 bulging discs in my neck, 3 in my lower back, and you're talking a 6-year-old girl, right?
Yes, sir.
Has this. All right? I can see why the chiropractor doesn't want to do anything because she is so young. You know? She will grow and everything, and he doesn't want to mess anything up. But here's my next question. I got on the phone with Dr. Rima Labo last night. I was calling her. I was thinking about her. I was calling her, and I wanted her on the show, and we're going to do a broadcast together on her broadcast, as well as she's going to be on my broadcast this next Thursday. Not today, but next Thursday. But then she brings up, well, how's those kids doing? She knew the names. I mean, I don't even remember the names, and I've been on this, and there's just so many other issues out there. I can't remember every damn thing. And she was, evidently, nobody has contacted her. Did I not give you guys the information of Dr. Rima Labo?
Yeah, you gave us the contact information, and I passed that along to the families. They had expressed to me that they don't know exactly how to make an international phone call, so I sent them the website information as well. What I'll do is I will try to reach out to her and get the families connected myself.
Okay, well, right now she's going down to South Chile, so she's going to be out of town until next week and Wednesday.
Okay.
I mean, she's probably going to be checking her email, so I get her the email. She's going to be a professional witness for the family and the 6-year-old and also the autistic child because she has worked with them in the past. That's been her profession in the past. These guys, they got, everything in a nutshell by hiding in the background and going in the darkness. They got another thing coming. they got another thing coming.
I agree. Dr. Rima is impressive on all counts.
What? Say that again. I didn't hear. I was talking.
Dr. Rima is impressive on all counts. That is one just incredible human being, and to have her on your side is an amazing thing. So I'll get back in touch with you, and we'll make sure that she's in touch with the families.
Yeah, if anything, next Thursday have them call into the show, personally talk to Dr. Rima.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be another thing. But you got to get the wheels moving. She's going to be a professional witness. She needs to know facts. She needs to have the medical documentation and everything. She's not going to go half court. She's going to go in there full bore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I'm talking to you. I've only got about 3.5 minutes here before I have to go to break. I apologize.
Oh, man.
My wife found a lump in her breast, and so if this ends up being something cancerous or something we need to worry about, one of the first people we were going to contact was Dr. Rima. And I've not told anybody this. We've not told anyone. This is the first time I've said anything. So, keep her up in your prayers. And like I said, we were going to contact Dr. Rima anyway because I know that she does the cannabis oil.
Yeah. Yep, she has that. And, oh, my God. Christine, we love you. We will be praying about you. Hopefully it's nothing. There's a lot of times they see something and it doesn't occur. My ex, Tina from over your way in Mount Vernon, she had breast cancer. Just went through it. She was like 2 years. Now she's had they took it out and had to reconstruct everything. But God, thank you for saving her life. And hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's not that, because there's so many women out there that lose their lives because they don't get their mammograms and they don't know, and also males with not getting their self checked. But this is all a battle. This is all an attack on humanity anyway. These power brokers, these global elite, the corps, like Monsanto and everything, they're killing us off slowly, and that might be part of it because these cancers usually would not be there.
Well, and she's young. She's in her early 30s, so this is maybe a bit unusual for her age group.
I'll tell you what, you go ahead and go to break, and I'll call back in a little bit. When are you on? I mean, you got a break till when? I'm on till 6, and I take a break every 30 minutes. So please call back. Absolutely, man. I'm loving this. All right, man. Hey, it's good hearing from you. I'll call back.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Live Truth. I love all you guys listening out there at Live Truth. I appreciate you guys, along with Brian, helping me out, getting me where I'm at now, and love being able to talk to you guys.
Say your radio show again. I can't say it.
Yeah. This is Diametric Opposition, and you will find me on the Right Side Media Network.
Right on, Jeremy. Jeremy Dieter, spokesperson.
Thank you, guys. All right. Oh, I didn't realize that was loud. I didn't know the mic was that loud. Sorry, guys. All right, we got about a minute, and that was awesome. I used to work with Brian. I would just call in and contribute to the show there. And it's Live Truth Radio with Brian Lang with an E at the end. And I think we got disconnected there a little bit prematurely, but we'll get back with him. All right, guys, got about 30 seconds, and then we're going to take a break, and then we may hear back from them. Not sure. Check out Sassy Chick's new and rustic trading post. And thanks for being here with me on Diametric Opposition. Thanks for Live Truth Radio joining us. I love it when we all come together. We're going to come right back and be with you guys.